Peace and love, gamers and players. I am Colorwind, and this is Colorwind Plays CTR Crash Team Racing for the original Sony PlayStation as part of Crash Week. This game was released on September 30th, 1999, and although it was developed by Naughty Dog and published by Sony Computer Entertainment, like the previous games, Universal Interactive Studios apparently didn't have anything to do with this game other than giving them the license, which is strange to me, but whatever. This is one of my favorite kart racers ever released. I think it does rival that of the mighty Mario Kart franchise, and aside from those games, Mario Kart games, this along with Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed are the only games I know of in the kart racing series, the genre rather, that can stand toe-to-toe with Mario Kart. So, as you can see, unlike the other Crash games, we actually have a menu here. We have adventure mode, we have time trial mode, we have arcade mode, versus, battle, and then a way to see your high scores. So, adventure mode is a mode where you go through the story and there's actual tasks and things that you need to complete and things to collect. We'll get into that in a bit. Time trial is exactly what it sounds like. Race to get the lowest time. Arcade mode is your basic arcade mode, but it also includes ways to complete cups, sort of like your normal Mario Kart game would, versus is for racing against more human players, and battle mode is like in Mario Kart where you just fight each other. So let's jump into arcade mode so I can just show you the basic racing principles. We'll go with easy because this game is actually fairly tough. Now you have 8 characters here. I believe you can unlock the main boss, which is a brand new bad guy for this game. His name is Nitrous Oxide. I believe he becomes playable, and you get other characters as well, like N Trophy and a few other characters from the Crash Bandicoot series. Crash Bandicoot and Cortex are sort of like your basic, like Mario and Luigi, kind of in the middle, intermediate kind of characters. Then you have characters like Tiny Tiger, who's like a heavy character, and Coco Bandicoot, who's like a small character. So, like Dingle Dio, I believe, is a heavy character as well. Injin, I think, is a heavy one, but I don't remember. And then Polar and Para are small characters as well. Let's go with Crash, and we'll go with Crash Cove, the first level. This game does play a lot like Mario Kart. That's to be expected. Because, well, it's a Mario Kart clone, to be fair. But it's a very good one. It does a lot of things different. And we'll get started by showing the way you boost. There is a bar on the bottom right, which you might see. And you use that to judge when you're going to boost. Now, the way you boost in this game is while you're sliding, that will fill up. When it reaches the color red, you press the second jump button, which is the L1 button, or the R1 button. You can use either one, depending on what you like more. I prefer the R1 for myself, it's just more natural. And once it hits the red part, you hit the other button and it will give you a boost. And you can do that up to 3 times. Another way you get boost is if you fill it up in the beginning to red right before the starting flag waves, you can get a boost that way as well. Also, you can also get a boost from getting air. So when you stay up in the air for a certain amount of time, you'll get a boost as well. This game is all about boosting. You are required to learn how to boost for you to be able to do good in this game. And it's very important that you learn that. You will be using that like crazy. I think boost is more important in this game than it is in Mario Kart. Oh crap, I'm gonna get hit. Oh crap, no. Moving on to the controls. You have gas, brake, item, for when you have an item. Display 2 different jump buttons, rear view, and you can also change the camera so that it's a little further back. And for the most part, the controls are good. I don't really have any complaints. They're tight, they're responsive. Yeah, I won. Something you saw on the track. Let's do another level. Something that you saw on the track was the crates with the lines on them that normally you got a whole bunch of Wumpa Fruit from the previous games. In this game, you can collect Wumpa Fruit to help boost your speed as well as the ability of your pickup attacks. Let's do another level. So what that means is when you have a full amount of Wumpa Fruit, which in this game is 10, once you have 10 Wumpa Fruit, your power-ups, your pickups will now become supercharged and they will do more damage or they'll get extra properties or something to that effect. If I'm able to do that in this level, I'll show you how. It has a lot in common, I think, with the coin pickups that used to be in the very first Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart on the original Super Nintendo. But there's a lot more to it, so there's a lot more involved there, giving them a lot more purpose. I'm gonna actively try to get enough so I can show you guys. I'm at 7, so I'm close. The weapons in this game, they sort of make sense. Just got it. They sort of make sense in terms of the Crash Bandicoot lore, but they're different. See, now that I have a supercharge, I can get Uka Uka, which gives me invincibility, and I can just have increased speed and invincibility at the same time. And like, for example, see the Nitro crate that I just got? If I didn't have max Wumpa Fruit, that would be a TNT box. And a TNT box will, if you run to a TNT box, what will happen is it'll land on top of your head and then will count down before it actually goes off. Whereas a nitrous box will just explode if you run into it. That's it. And that's good because a TNT box, if you constantly jump, you can actually get it off of you. Nitrous, it just explodes. That's it. You're done. You lose Wumpa Fruit when you get hit, so you want to avoid that. And again, oh, I just got hit. Come on, go, go, go. So you can see, I've been in first place this whole time, but now I'm gonna lose because they got me at the last moment. Game is not easy. There is a fair amount of rubber banding in this game, if that's something that bothers you, which it can be, especially when it gets into the harder levels, but I don't think it's too severe. There's nothing like, say, Mario Kart where there's nothing really like the blue shell, where the game essentially punishes you for doing well. There's nothing like that. It's just that the characters will have the ability to be able to catch up to you. No matter how far ahead you may be, there'll be something to do. Let's jump into adventure mode now. Start a new one. And this is the story mode, and this is not like something that's in Mario Kart. It's actually sort of like Diddy Kong Racing, which had a story mode as well. You get to pick between the various characters. Oh, Coco was a intermediate. So it's engine. That's strange. Those are the beginner ones. Okay, well, we'll go with Crash again. And just like the other games, when you save your game, you can enter in the name, so we'll go with Colorwind. Because that's me, I'm Colorwind. Let's hurry up and put this in. Oh, okay, it just goes there. Colorwind, that's fine. And with the adventure mode, you're given a map to drive around in, just like in Diddy Kong. You can choose which races you want to do. You have Uka Uka here as your guide.
Welcome to the adventure arena.
Yeah, let's just keep going. See, so you have a map that you can just drive around and go through, and when you win, you get a trophy. And you want to be able to get numerous things actually. Let me back up here. See, here's like the first level, and you can see there's 3 different things you can get. You can get a trophy, you can get a CTR coin, and you can get relics. Relics, just like in Crash Bandicoot Warp, are basically time trials, so you can earn sapphire, gold, and platinum relics from beating those specific times. Trophies are just from winning the race, and that's what your main objective is in all of these races, so you can progress in the game. The coins are actually picked up when you get all of the letters in each racing track. Yes, there's actually hidden items in these games. Which you can get from... Oh, he bumped into me, that jerk. He's going to be able to get up to that platform by doing that. Well, anyway, when you're racing along, you'll be able to find hidden letters for you to be able to pick up. If memory serves me correctly, you won't be able to do it the first time you race. You only be able to do it after you've already won a trophy. So I'll jump back into here to be able to show you those letters. But those are all your objectives. And then the final thing you want to do is after you've completed all the tracks in one area, you'll have a boss match. In which case you have to beat them. It's a one-on-one match if I remember correctly. And they can be difficult because the enemy will typically have an infinite supply of items to throw at you. But you just have to be able to maneuver your way out of it. Another thing also I should mention is that there's a lot to do with these races. You know, you have the trophies, you have the CTR coin, you have the 3 different times for each relic, and then there's like 25 courses or something like that. There's a lot to do here, and I should not have done that. I saw it coming and I ran into it anyway. So there's a lot to do here, and more specifically, there's a lot more to do in here than in, say, a Mario Kart game. And that's one of my favorite things about this game. This game just gives you so much content. And it'll last, because this game is not particularly easy, even when you do put it on easy. But it never feels unfair. Even though easy is difficult, it still feels doable. You know, it still actually does still feel like an easy mode. And remember, I'm only talking about the adventure mode now. You still have cups to complete in the arcade mode, and you still have time trials to finish in the actual time trial mode. That will also get you, I believe, something else. So, a lot to do. Graphically, this game looks really good, if a little bit less than detailed.
The faster you'll go.
Come on, skip. There we go. This game does look good. It looks a little less detailed than the actual mainline Crash Bandicoot games, at least in my opinion. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It does look bad, but it doesn't look that much worse. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of stuff now. Like, I cannot get back into Crash Cove without getting a relic. So I'll need to do that. And you can just drive around. The areas are fairly expansive. There's not much to do with them other than just going to the other levels. It is a hub world, not an open world, really. But it is still very much enjoyable just because of the atmosphere that it gives the game. Sound is fine. I've heard some criticism about the sound, saying that it's not as good. I think it's perfectly fine. Everything sounds good. All the sound effects sound really great. The songs are good. That's maybe the only thing I can see problem with. Not all of the songs are as good as they used to be in the previous games, but overall it doesn't really bother me. That was the sort of equivalent to the blue shell in this game, that electric orb, but it doesn't specifically target the first player. It just goes through everyone. It's actually more along the lines of the lightning bolt, except that it doesn't shrink anybody. So yeah, this is a fun game. another reason why I should point out is this speedometer that you could turn on. It feels worth it because this game feels fast. This game has a really fast feeling to it. Something I really enjoy. Sometimes that's missing from Mario Kart, but not here. It feels really good. Got some visibility. It just won't last as long because I don't have all the Wumpa fruit that I had before when I showed you. See, it went away already. So, it's one of the advantages. I just keep boosting, keep doing my thing. But yeah, this is Crash Bandicoot. I believe his first, yes, it was his first racing game. They went on to make more, specifically Crash Nitro Kart and Crash Tag Team Racing on PS2 and Xbox, I believe, was also on. Those games are actually not that bad either. However, they are not of the quality of this one, just because of the track design, which I didn't mention yet, but the track design is very good, and it keeps in with the Crash Bandicoot theme. They feel like they're part of this world. And those games usually relied on gimmicks and for some reason felt slower, and they just lack the polish that this game has. But this game is extremely good and feels like it feels like it's on the level of the Mario Kart games. So
Congratulations, you win.
I don't think I'm going to be able to show off getting coins and relics. That is unfortunate.
When you get a TNT crate on your head.
Yeah, shut up. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull this off. Sorry, guys. But yeah, this has been Colorwind Plays Crash Team Racing on the original PlayStation. You can pick it up on the original PlayStation as well as the PlayStation Network for $6. I believe on the original PlayStation you can find it for a comparable price on eBay or something. But yeah, it's a really good game, a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Other than Crash 2, this is probably my favorite Crash game. Although it's not actually a Crash game. It's, you know, a racing game. So this has been it. Colorwind Plays Crash Team Racing for the Sony PlayStation 1. And I'll catch you next time.